Alright guys, today we are reacting to the 7 levels of a Geometry Dash player by Nimpop. I've been seeing this video all over the place. I might be lower than the first level, I'm not gonna lie, but let's go ahead and check it out.
Geometry Dash has levels to it, both in the literal sense and in terms of the skill brackets that every player falls into. My name is Nimpop, and in this video, we're gonna be going over the 7 levels of Geometry Dash.
7 levels of... Wait, is this Jinxie at level 1? I swear I've seen some gameplay of Jinxie playing Geometry Dash and he's pretty good. I also saw 8-Bit Ryan play the game. He's pretty good.
Level 1,
and then there's
beginner.
EVW, of course. Wait, hold on. Why is EVW on level 5? Shouldn't he be on level 7? I thought he was like super duper good.
Your friend gives you their phone, challenging you to play a game called Geometry Dash. You had never played the game before,
that was me when I was younger.
Give it a shot. You give Stereo Manus a try, but you immediately die at 5%. Slowly but surely, you get the hang of the game and manage to beat Stereo Manus.
Black Boy Max, I saw him play the game, and he was pretty bad.
Main levels over the next few
I can't say anything
You're
though.
considering upgrading from GD Lite to buying the full game. As your friend told you, you can make your own custom levels and even play other people's levels. This makes you curious on what the most difficult levels people have made in the game are. So you decide to look up the hardest Geometry Dash levels on YouTube.
That was me
then
recently.
It really hits you how difficult GD can truly get.
Oh yeah, I was so mind blown seeing that.
You should run for president.
Jinxie, in my opinion, is a good example of a level 1 player, beating his first few main levels and taking an interest to the game and community. Level 2. Novice. After seeing all the cool features, you decide to buy the full version of Geometry Dash. You continue beating the main levels and notice they start getting increasingly frustrating.
What the? Did he break a keyboard on his head?
You keep playing and manage to beat all the main levels.
I just know that
this
hurts.
doesn't mean the game is over. In fact, you're now excited to play some of the community levels you've seen online. You first play what's most popular. You try Outer Space and even go for some easy
I've never
demons
played
like
this.
the Nightmare and I Spy with My Little Eye. You also learn about some of the game's top players and YouTubers.
They're saying I Spy with My Little Eye and the Nightmare is a novice level? Okay, maybe I understand why EVW was ranked at level 5.
Zoink and King Samalot. I think Steak is a good example of a level 2 player, managing to beat Theory of Everything 2 and being decently familiar with the game's most popular levels and creators. Level 3. Decent.
Ooh,
you now
okay.
officially consider yourself a Geometry Dash player. You're telling all your friends about the game, and your YouTube feed starts to push you more Geometry Dash creators like Eric Ben Wilderman, Vortrox, and a really goated YouTuber named Nimpop. You're now able to beat medium demons with enough practice, so you finally complete Skeletal Shenanigans after being mesmerized by how impressive the decoration looked compared to the main levels.
This looks so awesome.
Yeah, when I saw it, when Stallion recommended or like showed me this level, it was crazy.
And quickly find out their complete garbage. You then take on your first hard demon like the legendary level 9 circles. It's a challenge, but after a couple thousand attempts, you finally beat it. An example of a decent player would be 8-Bit Ryan, beating a few medium demons pretty fast in early 2.2. Geometry Dash is quickly becoming
I didn't know 8-Bit Ryan was actually that good.
To your setup to improve your skill to the
hey,
next
there's
level.
the Sayo device.
Level 4.
Where's mine?
Good.
I don't know where I put mine.
For the mobile players, this is the point where most of you probably make the upgrade to play on PC to reduce your input delay. On top of that,
I'm playing on PC and I'm still stuck on level 1. And I got the Sayo device.
Parents to buy you a Sayo device and a 144Hz monitor for your birthday. After plugging them into your setup, it hits you how much of a difference it makes in your gameplay. Finally, you discover the last piece of the puzzle, which is thankfully free this time. That being the Geode mod loader. You install mods like Eclipse
I've got
to
that now.
with
Thanks
no
to
clip
you guys.
limits and start position switchers, and you also install Globed mod to play online with your friends. All these upgrades and mods help you beat your first insane demon like Windy Landscape or Supersonic way faster.
Dude, I really want to beat
normally.
my first demon one of these days.
Take on the hardest difficulty in the entirety of Geometry Dash, your first extreme demon. You go for an easy
crazy.
one like Accu or Cataclysm.
Why are we still on level 3?
I'm taking over 10,000 attempts to beat a level, but after a long struggle, you manage to beat your first extreme demon.
Wait, what level are we on right now? Oh, we're on level 4. Okay, I was about to say.
You're ecstatic, but despite the fact that you're now able to beat levels of the hardest difficulty in the entirety of Geometry Dash, you realize that within this single demon difficulty is still so much room to improve. An example of a good player would be Michelle, beating a couple insane demons and Cataclysm as her first extreme demon.
Dude, she's
Level
cracked.
5. Great.
Oh,
You've now
EVW
become the
on
best
level
player out of your
5.
friend group and are likely extremely knowledgeable about the GD community and its history. You've beaten most, if not all, the gauntlets and have amassed a good amount of
Wait,
stars.
what are the
Now that
gauntlets?
you have all the hardware you need
I have yet
max
to
out
learn
your
a
skill
lot
in
about this
Geometry
game,
Dash,
so.
you continue your journey beating harder and harder extreme demons. You go for a top 660 level like Bloodbath, the most iconic top
Oh, I've
1
heard
in
about the
Geometry Dash
Bloodbath.
history. Your attempt count for each new extreme demon getting
My
higher
first
and
ever
higher, making
Geometry
it to
Dash
the 30
coach.
to 50,000.
Apparently that was his best
You
one,
then jump to a
Bloodbath.
top 430 demon like Black Blizzard, and finally to a top 290 like
What
XO.
the
Most
heck?
dedicated GD players might settle around the skill level, beating various extreme demons you find interesting, but not quite willing to dedicate the time required to beating demons any harder. But
The fact
some
that
players
people
will
spend
take
over
on
a
the challenge
year
of
on
pushing
one
their
level is
skills
crazy.
to its limits, by
And
setting
even
your sights on
longer
your
than
first
that.
list demon. I think players like Ericfin Wilderman and Vortrox fit well into the great skill bracket, beating many extreme
Okay.
demons with their hardest ones being around
Oh, it's the
top
RGB
300.
level, right?
Level 6, Pro. You've known about the demon list
Wait,
for a while now. The
wait.
top
So we're already so high up there, but it's not even considered pro until now?
150 hardest demons in the entire
Bro.
game. But after all the blood, sweat, and tears you put into improving at GD, you're ready to finally beat one of these levels yourself. You find a demon in the extended list,
Okay,
you're ready
this
to
is like
beat it as
top
your first list
150, huh?
That demon being Renevant in my case. You get a
Renevant.
59 to 100% run, a 27 to 62% run, and before you know it, you have the level in 3 runs. You decide to start streaming the level and logging your progress on your own channel. The
Oh,
attempt count
shoot.
starts rising like never before, to the 40, 50,000s, even to 100,000 attempts in some cases. But
That's
after an
insane.
exhausting 2 to 4 month grind, you finally beat your first list demon, becoming a certified
The fact that it
Geometry Dash
takes that
pro.
long
Every
to beat one
beyond
level
this
is
ends up being
insane.
a
I would
similar
go
case. You For
crazy.
your first main list top 75 demon
Oh,
like the
shoot.
Golden or Tartarus. And
Oh,
continue to hone
Tartarus,
your
I've heard of
skills,
that
spending
one.
Tens of thousands of
I've
attempts and a
ranked
couple
it-
months to beat each demon.
ranked
I think
it very
players like
terribly, though.
Dorami and Aeon Air fit well into the pro category, having
Dorami.
many list demons under their belt. But there remains one skill bracket that reigns
Oh,
above
shoot.
them all, that only a
is
select
it.
few players
Level
can ever
7.
manage to reach.
Is it Zoink?
Level 7, Generational. To reach this level of
Generational.
skill in Geometry Dash requires a trifecta of hard work, hardware, and talent.
Oh
We're
my
talking playing
gosh.
the game since a kid. having
Oh,
a
it's
480
the,
hertz monitor
it's
and
Kalancraft,
top-tier reaction
or
time and muscle
Kalancraft.
memory. In
Doggy.
fact, to even make it to this tier of skill, you were an outlier from the start, likely beating your first demon levels within days of playing the game, and completing list
insane.
demons in mere thousands
So it's
of
just
attempts.
genetics, huh?
The only thing that could even be
just
a
gotta be
challenge for
gifted.
you is completing a current top 1 demon,
Thinking
the hardest
Space
demon
2.
in the entire
And,
game.
of course,
A level
it-
creator announces their new level, looking for verifiers. You step up and offer to verify their level. They accept.
Wait,
You begin
didn't-
your
didn't
journey to
Zoink get, like,
completing a level that pushes the
93% or
boundaries of
something?
Geometry Dash to new heights. You grind for months
Or
through
did he beat
gameplay
it?
that the average person could never beat in 100 years of playing the game. And after 100k plus attempts, you verify a new top 1.
Oh yeah.
You become a legend in the community, your presence and skill impossible to ignore. You become solidified in Geometry Dash history
Well
as a
deserved.
generational player. Prime examples of generational players are of course Zoink, W Popoff, Trick, and even players like Riot for his time period. Which brings me to an important
Yeah, there's
point
so
when
many
trying
other
to
channels
classify
that I have
players.
yet to check
Certain
out.
players may be considered in categories above what they would generally be assigned to based on their hardest levels completed. Some good examples are Max Dash, a legend of the GD mobile community who could be
Ooh.
considered a generational player despite never beating a top 1 due to the fact that
I mean,
he
you're-
managed to beat
you're-
the top
you're playing on
22
mobile,
demon
you know?
Firework on mobile,
That's insane.
making the completion much more difficult. Or Keelancraft, who at only 8 years old is managing to beat
Yeah,
top
look at
500
Keelan.
levels like Auditory Breaker.
Insane.
An insane achievement for such a young age.
Oh,
And the
shoot,
most
volume
obvious
warning?
factor being time. Players like Riot or N-Swish were without a doubt generational players for their time period. However, due to the rising skill ceiling over time, their achievements are not considered nearly as impressive today as they were back then, which is why you should use a
People are gonna get way better over time, and also levels are gonna get harder, right? I'm definitely gonna have to work on that because I am not generational. I'm not even good at all right now. So hopefully we get to that one day.